Oh, we're here, folks.
Hello, welcome to Livestream Sundays. I'm your host, Tia. This is my faithful sidekick, Brandon.
We're listening to ourselves on here. All right, what are we talking about today, Tia?
Star Wars!
We are stalking. We're stalking about Star Wars.
We're stalking Star Wars.
Yes, and there's really big news in the Star Wars at the theme park's front. I'm sure everyone has heard.
We all knew it was coming, though.
We all knew. We all knew
it was coming.
Like from the day it opened and they announced the prices, we all knew it was coming. So the Galactic Starcruiser down, it's literally butts right up next to Hollywood Studios, is officially closing.
Was anybody surprised? No, I don't think so.
Go ahead, talk.
Hey, Nunley. Hey, Matthew. All right. So nobody was surprised that it was closing. Why are we not surprised that it's closing?
It was freaking, not just expensive, but freaking expensive.
Well, all right. A little backstory, just in case you do not know what Disney's Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is. It's a hotel, but it's an all-immersive experience. It's kind of like going on a Disney cruise, but on land. You're supposed to be getting on your Star Cruiser and going into space. Or were they 2-night or 3-night?
It was 2 nights, but the first day was, I think you check in at like 4 o'clock. So you got from 4 to the end of the day. Then the next day was a full day, and then you checked out by like 10 o'clock.
And you would take your Star Cruiser and you would land on Batuu. So you would go in a back entrance to Disney's Hollywood Studios to Batuu and spend, I think, a morning.
Sorry. Continue.
You would spend a morning on Batuu, and then your special transport would take you back to your Star Cruiser.
Now, there was a lot of experiences on there. The gist of the, we'll call it the voyage, was that, oh, you know what we can do? Put this over here so you can see it on the screen. The gist of the experience was Tia kind of laid out the general thing, but you also had your dinners just like on a regular cruise ship. You had your trip to Batuu, which was the Galaxy's Edge, basically. But the problem I find with that is that you're paying all of this money to be 5,000 plus. So if you got a discount, sometimes it was less. Usually it was 5,000 plus. We'll just go with that as the general baseline. 5,000 plus is how much it cost to go here. So why would I take an entire day to go to Galaxy's Edge when I can literally go there anytime I want to? If you want to pay $160 to go into a park versus $5,000, I think I'm going to choose the 160. So what?
Just your passion.
It baffles my mind because we're gonna go into this right here. Why did it fail? Well,
I think the number one reason is the price point.
Price point was too high. People that were huge Star Wars fans went to do this. Some of them may not have a lot of money. Some of them may have a ton of money. We don't know. We don't have a ton of money. Okay, so this might have been one of those experiences where I'm saving up a lot of money for a lot of time to do this experience. But it's not going to be one of those, I'm going to go and then I'm going to go again. This is going to be a one and done for about 98% of the population because it was just out of everybody's price range. And to put it into comparison, we had a Disney cruise booked for what, 3 or 5 nights pre-pandemic.
3 nights.
And then when we tried to rebook, we got it for 5 nights. So we're talking all of that for the two of us for about $2,400 for 5 nights. But this, what?
3 nights.
No, for the second one.
Oh, the second
because we
one.
rebooked it and then it was 5 nights.
Oh.
So 3 nights, then 5 nights.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
So, but still, basically the same price because of some deals they were offering. Irrelevant. You can get you can get a 5-night cruise or 3-night cruise for $2,400 depending on when you book, and we had an awesome room too. This is 2 nights, barely a day and some change, and you're paying $5,000 plus.
Okay, so we're kind of comparing it to, well, we are comparing it to Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah, because they said this is a voyage. They're treating this like a voyage. They have dinner assignments for different classes of people in different areas, same as the cruise line. They're treating it like a cruise.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm comparing it.
So at least you did get food included.
Yeah, food was included. Experiences were included. There was some premium experience. I think like the lightsaber training may or may not have been extra. Then there was some other stuff. But the dining, all your food's included. You had to pay extra for alcohol, I'm sure. Whenever you go to Galaxy's Edge, not sure. I don't think any of the food in there is included. I think you go and you pay your money. But when you're on the ship, it's all included. So that's why we assume it failed. Too expensive for what you're getting. You didn't really take anything home with you per se.
William says it failed because there weren't enough people with too much money and too little sense.
Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that. Well, I mean, they priced themselves out of the market with this thing. It was too much. Okay, so they had to have a full-time cast because the cast walks around. They interact with the people. They're everywhere. You can go on your own adventure. It's basically a choose your own adventure thing. However, who's going to be into that type of thing? Well, one, Star Wars people, yes, but I've already explained that. Most people go and they go, that's great, but I can't afford to go back. All right, so those people are cut out. Then you have the choose your own adventure people that are basically role-playing gamer people, and they like that kind of thing where they get to interact with the atmosphere. All right, well, that's fun. Still, I'm going to go, and even if I can afford to go twice, it's going to be too expensive. We go back to the too expensive, and not everybody's into the live action role-playing. I'm certainly not. I want to go. I want to see things. I want to see things happening. I want the show to be happening in front of me. And then when I'm done, I can go to bed. If I was paying $5,000 plus for this thing, I wouldn't sleep for 3 days because I would explore this thing. And whenever there was nobody around, I'd be like, wait, I need some characters. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, but I was promised characters and interactivity. There is none. So, all right. So let's talk about, where will it go next? Where do you think this is going to go?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that they spent a whole lot of money on this building, on this facility, this hotel. I'm sure it's very nice on the inside. So just use it as a hotel, a Star Wars themed hotel.
Yeah.
And, let people book 1 night or 15 nights, whatever you want to book, just like all the other Disney hotels. I kind of have a question as to whether they'll just keep it as a deluxe resort or maybe let people use it as a DVC home resort.
Yeah, I know that currently I think there's only 100 base amount of rooms, like your standard rooms. There may be some suites that they've done and like higher concierge, whatever they call it on a cruise ship. I can't remember exactly how many, but I know it's basically 100 rooms. So what they would probably need to do would build an extra section of this. I mean, how many rooms are at the All-Star Resort? How many of the rooms are at the Grand Floridian or the Contemporary? I mean, it could just be 100 rooms. I don't know.
Or they could build a DVC side.
Yeah, they could build a DVC side.
They've done for other
But
resorts.
I guarantee if they turned this into a normal hotel where there's not a full-time cast and there's the standard people who run the hotel, you have the people who clean the rooms, the people who work the front desk, people who are at the lifeguard, they've got to have a pool. So the people who work at the pool, if they would just have a standard group of people that ran the hotel like normal, they would make a killing on this hotel. Because let's say it's going to be a deluxe hotel. We're talking $7,000 to $1,000+ a night. Okay, that's a lot, but I feel like.
But there's already rooms.
Yeah, but there's already
much.
rooms that are $700+ a night, because the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, those are all really up there. All right, but they also have more affordable rooms.
Yeah.
However, but if you have those rooms, then people are going to book those, and though they are going to sell out. You're never going to be able to get in if they leave it as a Star Wars themed hotel. I would love to see that. I would stay there if I can afford it. I would stay there because I would like to walk around and see all the Star Wars themed stuff. They could have it like Planet Hollywood used to be. They could have it like the docking bay at Hollywood Studios, where you go in and you see Star Wars memorabilia in the hotel because it's Star Wars themed. That would be fantastic. Yeah. And we could just walk in, because any resort on property, you can just go and explore. Well, I can now go and explore this hotel that I've never had access to before.
Yeah. And keep the dining, themed the way it is, with your blue shrimp and, your space food. Because that's fun. It's part of the atmosphere. But yeah, if they could make a DVC side and build some bigger rooms and some bigger suites, because I don't think the rooms that are in there, like we were comparing it before, it's like a Disney cruise line.
Yeah,
and if y'all have ever been on a cruise,
the rooms aren't big.
The rooms aren't that big.
Like, you walk into the shower, you kind of duck down to get under the shower head, and it's like you're in a closet in the room. I guess they're nice rooms. We've never been on the Disney cruise before, but we've seen lots and lots of stuff. So they built this to be like a cruise ship, and that is what the rooms look like. I feel like they're slightly larger, at least height-wise anyway. They have, the cool looking bunk beds, and they've got the window. So that would still be all things that they wouldn't have to change.
Yeah.
So, they may have to put some windows in some of these new rooms, but okay. I want to look at the comments down here. I keep seeing this one move up the thing.
Sorry, I keep giggling at some of them.
Okay. So Edward Smith, thank you for joining us. It says, per Williams' suggestion, they should have this in California instead of Florida. They have a lot more, I'll say, disposable income, and completely no sense. We'll leave it at that.
And maybe they would if they actually had room on Disney's property over there.
Yeah, the problem is over there's not a lot of property space over there. Now, they could build it somewhere else, like down in Orlando, Hollywood Studios built, or they're currently building a new theme park. I think a Mario or a Nintendo theme park. They're building that next to
Universal Studios.
What did I say?
Hollywood Studios.
Oh, sorry, Universal Studios.
I was confused at first.
I said studios. So they're building that next to what is the government? I can't remember what it's called. Lockheed Martin? No, I don't remember. There's a big government facility down there where they test all these like private spaceships and stuff like that, and aliens fly around and whatnot. Okay, that's down there, like right off of I-Drive. Well, they're building the new Universal Park over there, but that's miles away from Universal Studios. So in Hollywood or in California, they could literally build it anywhere. They could buy some land. So it wouldn't need to be right next to Disneyland. So that is something they could have done. I feel like they just had a bigger clientele in Florida because more people go to Disney World. It's buttloads of acres. I can't give you an exact number, but it's a lot. It's like 25 to 50,000 acres. I don't remember which one it is.
Buttloads is an approximate number.
It is. So they had more people going there. More people don't go to Disneyland. More people go to Florida, and they thought more people equals more people with disposable income. Unfortunately, they gambled wrong on that.
Well, a lot of people coming to Walt Disney World, it's their once a year or once a 5 years, once a 10 years vacation, because it's expensive, y'all.
We're lucky that we have annual passes, so we're paying, one chunk of change right up front, and then Tia is really good at finding deals. So when we go down on a very regular basis, we aren't paying what most people are paying because she knows what she's doing. Um,
You hear us?
Oh, there we are.
Hey.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. Okay, where will they go next? We're still talking about. Let's say it's a deluxe resort, which they could actually add a DVC side. Let's say moderate resort. How do you think it would do as a moderate resort? What would they need to add? What would they need to take away?
Well, they could probably make it a moderate resort right now.
Well, I feel like they could definitely make it they could literally close it down, change a couple of the signage inside, and turn it into a moderate resort right now, and they would be booked out for 4 years, or however long you're allowed to book out a Disney resort ahead of time. So there are so many things they could do right now without losing any money, but they're not going to do those things. Let's see here. All right. What would, we kind of talked to the same thing. Where will they go next? And what would we like to see? I would like to see a value resort.
Oh, that's cute.
Will we ever see a value resort? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
A moderate resort is a possibility.
Yeah, I think they would go moderate to
like expensive moderate
to deluxe.
Yeah, like Coronado Springs is moderate. Port Orleans is moderate, but Port Orleans French Quarter is the more expensive moderate. I think if they go moderate, they would definitely go to a expensive moderate side. But because of the absence of space in that building, I feel like they're definitely going to go and make it, if they do this, I feel like they're definitely going to go and make it a deluxe resort, because there's just not enough room, and they would never be able to get people they're always going to get people complaining. Obviously they would get people in there in 2 seconds, but so many people would complain, and they want to alleviate that. So they're going to make it a deluxe resort. But what would I like to see? Moderate and value.
What do y'all think Disney's going to do with that very expensive building?
Yeah, let us see it in the comments right here. What do you think they're going to turn this building into?
I mean, surely they're not just going to close it on September 30th and just leave it sitting there.
Oh yeah, talk about what they're doing, like actually how they're closing this. Like, give the timeline. She read more of the timeline than I did.
The final voyage begins on September 28th through 30th, and that's the last voyage. I kind of also feel bad for the cast members that work over there. I read some stuff where they didn't really get prior notice. Like, when it was announced is when they found out it was closing. I don't know if that's true or not. Could be. But yeah, so now they won't have a home after September 30th. They won't have their home Star Wars resort. So that's, that's front desk cast members, custodial, mousekeeping cast members, food service, all of the entertainment staff. Is there a swimming pool? No, there's not.
Because you can't go outside. You are in space.
But you can have one you can have a swimming pool in your ship.
They could.
They could make an indoor swimming pool.
Yeah, like the cruise ships have. They have this pool up at the top, and Disney cruises have a quiet pool and whatnot. Oh, hey, Megan joined us. Real quickly, I want to say hello to some of the people that have joined us. So we have, I haven't seen him comment in a while, but we have Edward Smith, William Strickland, Matthew, Megan Moves just joined us. Go check out Megan Moves' channel.
Oh, Susie didn't get her hay a while ago.
She didn't get her hay?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Susie said she wanted her hay.
Oh, hey, Susie. Hey, Susie. Thanks for joining us. I know that Adrian likes his Star Wars, so join in. What does he think's going to happen? And hey, Aaron Nunley. All right. Is that everybody that's in here with us? I said William. Yep, because William's like commenting all over the place. Let's see. Somebody said they should move. I think it was Matthew said we should move this. They should either move it or build one in Las Vegas. That is an excellent idea. They could have built this in Las Vegas with all the themed hotels that they have there. They did not do that. Oh, well.
I mean, they could.
I think that's a great idea. That's what they should have done. And I feel like Florida, Susie says it's about time. I think Florida was kind of their testing ground to see how it would do.
And it was a major fail.
It was a major fail because of where they decided to go with it. It was, they had high expectations and they got low returns. So
it cost too much, Disney.
It did. You priced yourselves out of the market. Nobody can afford to go there. They're trying to recoup the building cost, which was, I believe, over $1 billion, if not $2 billion or more. It was a lot, which I find amusing because how much did it cost Walt to build Disney World? Like $15 million or something like that.
Well, that was also 50 years ago.
It was, but a hotel cost over $1 billion.
It was a Galactic Starcruiser. Cost more than a hotel.
Yeah. Megan moves. She asks, "Will we go on the final cruise?"
Absolutely not, ma'am. Unless you are funding it.
Yes. You help us out there, and we'll let you stay in our room. I mean, there's bunk beds, so we'll be on the top and you be on the bottom one. But that is way out of our price range.
Yeah.
Which we go back to as their main problem. Would I love to go on it? I absolutely would.
I mean, yeah, it would be fun, but no, can't do it. They could come up with some new packages for just a stay and one park, and that one park has to be Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, because you can literally walk there. So
I don't know.
I'm annoyed with this because who came up with this concept? I don't understand who came up with this concept because it was such a bad concept. It's a good concept.
It's a good concept.
It was bad execution. Horrible execution. So,
why did it fail? We already talked about that. It's too much money.
Too much money. Oh, I was just throwing that back up.
Oh.
Okay, so how long do you think the new concept is going to take to emerge? Excuse me, William. This is not hilarious. This is serious conversation.
No, this is hilarious.
They should sink the resort into the center of Epcot reflection pool and theme it for Little Merhuman. Little Merhuman.
How long will it take for the new concept? I don't know. I guess it depends on what they want to do with it before they announce. Like, is it going to be a simple, easy turnover fix to get people back in there real quick, or are they going to try to do a whole lot more construction?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, so let's say they turn it into a deluxe resort. They could immediately start booking just rooms. They could immediately start doing that. There's the walking path from the door to this thing to Hollywood Studios, like the back area into Galaxy's Edge, is not that far. We're talking probably 100 yards. So they could walk that. They have a walking path from the Polynesian to the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom. They've got a walking path from the Contemporary to the Magic Kingdom. Why can they not build a walking path in a little backstage area, which is where it is, directly to the back of Hollywood Studios? They could do that. They would just have to build a little bit of that stuff.
Yeah. Create the safe walking path and just open it up. Now, how's the parking over there for
I don't know.
Resort guests? Is it
the parking
a big
is
parking
connected.
lot?
The parking is connected to the Hollywood Studios parking lot, but they have barricades that they've kind of built into the asphalt. So it's there, but all you got to do is use that parking. They section it off like it already is and just use that parking. So there's at least enough parking for 100 rooms, which is a lot of parking. So Okay, so they may or may not have to adjust the parking. What else would they have to do to make it a deluxe resort? Probably not that much. Now, at the Polynesian, they are currently doing construction. They're building a brand new building over there. Why can't they do the same thing? They can book out these rooms, and then they could build in addition to it. They could build a DVC side. They could build an extension to the normal side and just make it a hotel with windows. I don't feel like there's that much they need to do to reopen it other than some signage and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like they should open it back as quickly as they can, obviously, so they can continue making money.
Sorry if the clicking is coming through on the video.
I'm trying to look at a map.
I am. I'm pulling up Google Maps here.
Danny
Okay.
says Disney needs to make a book, The Most Failed Attractions Ever. This would be number 1.
I 100% agree. Okay, so it doesn't look like all of it's up there yet. Okay, so this is Hollywood Studios. The entrance is like right here, I believe. So I don't know if you can see where I'm circling. The Galactic Starcruiser is actually down here where it says Galactic Starcruiser, and pretty much all of this right here is the Galactic Starcruiser parking, where it looks empty right here, like that. And I think maybe all of this might be the Galactic Starcruiser parking right here. I don't know. No, I can't do that. So they have all that space already available, and it's all barricaded off. Because I know that whenever you drive over here, I wish I could just point with my finger. When you drive over here, there's actually that barricade up because you come in here and you go down. So that's the Galaxy's Edge parking lot, or the Galaxy's Galactic Starcruiser parking lot. Now over here is I think the ship actually kind of goes up this way, like this, or it might go this way. I'm not sure. But where you go to the back of Galaxy's Edge and actually come in, I believe that is right here where my cursor is, right here.
So they could take the time to build a new walking path and make it semi sort of like when you're walking into Batu, like from within the park, you've kind of got that little tunnel.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Because you're entering Batu from the rest of the park. So just make it like a themed entrance from there.
Yeah. I agree.
And even if like you go drive and park, I don't know, just make the entrance theming as you're stepping onto your Star Cruiser and open it so we can go eat snacks.
Yes. I want William says, and the merch. I agree with that, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a merch guy. I love my merch, and I need souvenirs from things that I have done.
Hashtag.
Needed it. That's a good one. We're just gonna make ourselves a little banner here. Hashtag needed it. Add. There we go.
Yeah, I want some space themed snacks.
Right. I mean, you can go to Galaxy's Edge and get space themed snacks, but
they could have like exclusive ones.
Exclusive to the resort. They have that at all the other resorts. Hey, on Halloween, you go around and you got to go to every resort to try all the Halloween snacks. You don't just, hey, I'm staying at Saratoga Springs, I'm going to get that Saratoga Springs cupcake. No, you go around and visit all the resorts and try all the snacks. And I agree with that. Matthew, was it Matthew who said snacks? No. William says, I want the merch. Well, talk about an exclusive merch. Exclusive merch heaven for these people. Oh my God. That place would be packed all the time with people just looking for the exclusive merch. Scalpers, it's your new heaven, because
wow.
That's going to be the place you hang out. Just wait for them to release things. So you always have, oh yeah. Collector. Absolutely. All right. What else do we need to talk about? Oh yeah. We were talking about how long until the concept emerges. Oh, well, we didn't give an exact time. I know they probably need to do some stuff, but how long do you think it will actually take, one, for them to announce it, and two, to implement it?
I mean, so they're closing. The last voyage ends on September 30th.
Okay. And currently bookings are closed, but they said that they're going to open them back up. They're going to open them back up at some point. It might be here.
Yeah. Also, people that have already booked for
May
stuff.
26th, it's going to open back up.
Book for stuff past September 30th. You know, Disney's having to contact all these guests and say, "Oh, hey, so sorry.
And here's your money back.
Here are your options. Here's your money back, or here you can transfer to this deluxe."
Yeah, I was about to say, or what they're
resort.
going to do, we're going to give you a discount if you just move it to something else.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if they wanted to be simple, they could probably, you know, have whatever changes they want and have it open by beginning of next year.
yeah. Like, I feel like January, they could be like, we have a New Year's surprise for you.
Or in true Disney fashion,
They're going to leave it.
They're going to leave it
overgrow itself.
They're going to leave it, and I don't know. They could maybe wait until May and do something.
Oh, reopen
next May.
Surprise! Yeah. We have a May the 4th surprise for everyone. Can anybody guess what it's going to be? And 2 months later, you know, we've got all these little, you know, hints here and there, and you know, everyone's going to say Galactic Starcruiser's opening for the wide open reception of everyone.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure they actually made this decision a while back, and they've been thinking about it. And I wonder if they will announce anything, any kind of hint towards a plan at Destination D23, which is this September.
Oh, that's right. It is. At the Contemporary.
I wonder.
Yeah, maybe they were
because they like to announce.
Yeah,
stuff
maybe
there.
they were announcing this so that at the Destination D23 they could be like, "Now you guys have all heard, and our last voyage was on September 28th, but now it's when is the
Destination D23 is the beginning of September. It's like the 9th through 11th. But they like to announce stuff that they're just thinking about.
Yeah,
stuff that's not like
what is it called? Blue Horizon. Is that what it's called? The Blue Horizon or something like that? Where that's their Imagineering department that comes up with ideas that sound good and they put the whole package together, kind of like the one where people were like, "Hey, we're gonna put a whole new land behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad." They never said that.
It was an idea.
It was an idea. They never said that. So anyway, they can do stuff like that where they can be like, "Here's our concepts. What do you think would be a good concept?" Is probably what. That would be a great place to announce that. Is it Destination D23?
Maybe.
But May 4th, your idea of May the 4th for 2024, that looks like the perfect place, perfect time and place to do that. Well, I guess that we have discussed everything. At least I hope we did. We're going to go back to #needed it. Anything else you want to talk about with the Galactic Starcruiser? Does anybody else have any ideas, comments, or otherwise? Or do you just want to chat?
Not to say that I'm glad that this failed, but
it was definitely a check on them, though. Their britches are getting too big.
Maybe now, assuming that they are going to reopen this, maybe now we will have the opportunity to visit.
Yeah. I'm wondering how many people actually, anybody in here actually get to go to the Galactic Starcruiser? I mean, I know some of the people in here that I definitely have not, but some of the people I don't know in here. So any of you guys gotten to visit? No? Okay, so my problem with the way that they marketed this thing is there's a lot of news outlets online. I'm not naming any names, But you know, if you're a Disney follower, you know all the news outlets that are out there for Disney news. And a lot of these outlets were invited multiple times to go do this, to give them a good review. I hate that, because it's very disingenuous whenever they write up these glowing reports, but then you have people that have actually stayed there saying, I don't know what they're talking about. It wasn't that good. It was too expensive. But all the people that have gone for free are like, oh my God, the value for the money and what you're getting, it's just fantastic. Is it though? It just seems very fake. And you know that if a news outlet is writing this report, that they were offered the trip for free. And most of them were, because we saw
yeah,
them.
a lot of them were.
A lot, like all the Disney news outlets. There's, off the top of my head,
you said you weren't going to name them.
I'm not. I'm just counting them.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An individual, another individual, and a third individual. Okay, so that's at least 8 news outlets that we follow regularly that were all offered free trips on. One of them was offered a free trip on at least 4 occasions whenever they were trying to get people in there to book up the things. So it just seems very, very disingenuous. Like, I'm one of those people, they would have never invited me back, because I would have gone in and I would have given him an honest review, and they would have been like, yeah, put him on the blacklist because he ain't coming back. Don't offer him a free one again. Disney should buy Rainbow Bright and make that an immersive experience. William.
I mean, I love Rainbow Bright.
Oh, I do too. But she sees the shining light. Rainbow Bright to the
All right, what else you got for us today?
I think that's it.
That's it?
I think so. Oh, well, I'm going to throw this in at the end just to, let's see. I have a file. I'm going to show this up here. Everybody's seen this.
Oh, we're moving away from Star Wars.
We are, just for a second, and this is going to be our closing whatchamacallit, because I'm so excited about this. Okay. Everybody's seen this. Yeah, me too. It's Figment. It's Figment. And then they posted another one that was, I'm going to add a confirming, yes, that it was actually what it was. Figment magnet, AP magnet. Every time they have a Figment magnet, I always seem to miss it. And maybe I'll actually get this one. But that is all I have to say about that.
Because this is supposedly coming out in what, June?
What?
The magnet?
Nobody knows when it's coming out. They haven't announced.
Oh, I thought it was coming out in June with all the other pass holder stuff.
I mean, that would make sense.
That they announced was happening.
I don't know.
In June.
I do. Know.
Which is right after our upcoming trip, which is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. And one of our friends invited us on.
Yeah, we're doing something very exciting that we've never done before.
Yeah. So it's the fireworks cruise. I think he confirmed that we're leaving from the Contemporary.
Okay.
That could be wrong, but I think he said the Contemporary, because you can do the cruise from any of the 3 resorts, I believe. So, but we'll have lots of fun videos about that. But until then, we are just gonna keep doing what we've been doing.
We're just living our best Disney lives.
We are.
That's all we're doing.
This is gonna get bigger and bigger.
And playing all the snacks we're gonna eat.
Yeah. So continue watching our videos to see what kind of snacks we've had and enjoyed. So, but I think June of which year? Oh, this year.
This year.
But I think that we are done for the day. Thank you for joining us, all you folks who joined us in our live stream today. And
until next time, remember,
no capes. Where is my cursor? There it is.